How's it going everyone, Jimmy here, and in today's tutorial I want to give you guys a basic understanding of frame data so you can use that information to figure out combos and punishes on your own. So please keep in mind you can do a lot more with frame data, it's not just used for combos and punishes, and I will cover more advanced uses in a future tutorial. So I will be talking a lot about frames in this video, so it's important to understand that Street Fighter is a game that runs at 60 frames per second. So one frame lasts for a period of time of 1/60th of a second. Now let's take a look at some frame data. For this tutorial I want to use FAT Online. You can find a link to the website in the description of the video. Now, as a casual player, you might feel like this is too complicated to understand, but don't worry, I'm gonna help you break it down. So first of all, we want to focus on startup, active, and recovery. Every move in Street Fighter can be split up into these three categories. The startup is the amount of time it takes before you actually hit someone after the game registers your input. The active frames is just the time frame in which you can hit your opponent. And the recovery is the amount of time it takes to go back to a neutral state where you can block or do another move. Here's a frame-by-frame view of Ryu's medium punch. There's one important detail when it comes to frame data though. The last startup frame and the first active frame overlap. So when we say Ryu's standing medium punch has 5 startup frames, it means that the move gets active on the 5th, not the 6th frame. This is important to understand for the next two things I want to talk about: the on-hit and on-block value. Let's start with the on-hit value. This is the amount of frames your opponent is in hit stun after you recover from the move you hit your opponent with. The on-hit value of Ryu's standing medium punch is +6. So that means after Ryu recovers from his move, your opponent will still be in hit stun for another 6 frames. This means that you can combo with any move that has 6 startup frames or less. This type of combo is known as a link. So standing medium punch links into crouching hard punch because crouching hard punch has 6 startup frames. But it does not link into crouching hard kick because that move has 1 additional startup frame, which gives your opponent just barely enough time to recover and block. As you can see, the on-hit value is a great tool to figure out combos without having to go into training mode and test every combination manually. Keep in mind though, every move you do causes pushback, so some combos that should work on paper do not work simply because you're too far away to hit your opponent. So now let's talk about the on-block value. This one is similar to the on-hit value, but it covers the amount of frames your opponent is in block stun instead of hit stun after you recover from your move. This value can be used to figure out if and how punishable a move is. For example, let's say you're playing against a Ken that constantly presses hard kick to fish for a crush counter. In order to figure out if the move is punishable or not, we can now take a look at Ken's frame data page. The on-block value of standing hard kick is -4. So far we've only covered positive values, so if this value was +4, it would mean that after Ken recovers from his standing hard kick, the other player would still be in block stun for another 4 frames. But because it's -4, it's the other way around. So after Ken recovers from standing hard kick, the other player has already been out of block stun for 4 frames. So in this case, Ryu can punish Ken's standing hard kick with any move that has up to 4 frames of startup. Again, keep in mind that you also need to be in range to punish. A lot of moves are negative on block but not punishable if your opponent has good spacing. Recognizing bad spacing is a skill that you will acquire through experience. Before I end this tutorial, I want to give you guys 2 simple formulas that you can use to determine whether 2 moves combo and if a certain move punishes another one. For combos, we take the on-hit value of move A minus the startup frames of move B. If the result equals or is greater than 0, then that's a combo. For example, Chun-Li's crouching light punch is +5 on hit. We now subtract the startup of her standing medium punch, which is 5, and the result is 0. So this is a combo. For punishes, we take the on-block value of move A plus the startup frames of move B. If the result equals or is less than 0, it means that move B punishes move A. Here's another example. Laura's EX bolt charge is -11 on block, so now we add the startup frames of Ryu's standing hard kick, which is 10, and the result is -1. So Ryu's standing hard kick punishes Laura's EX bolt charge. That's it for now. I hope this tutorial was helpful to you. If so, please leave a like and subscribe for future content. And if you have any suggestions for future tutorials, let me know in the comment section below or live on Twitch. So take care, and I'll see you soon.